How's it going, Chasers? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. Today I've got something a little different for you. An excerpt from the Chase the Craft podcast where I talked to Scott from Brand Creators. I know the current worldwide situation can be kind of a bummer for people. They're not able to do the things they're normally able to do. They may not even be able to go to work right now. And that, honestly, that can get a little depressing. But here's the thing, guys, there's a silver lining to this whole deal. If there's something that you've been wanting to do for a while, perhaps you've been looking at making a career change. Maybe you wanted to get into distilling commercially, you wanted to start your own distillery, you wanted to get into the industry, you wanted to work for someone else. Whatever the case may be, there's a good chance that the first step, or the smart first step, would be to get a little work experience with someone else first. If your plan from here on out, guys, is to go and get some experience with someone else, let's talk about that real quick. Like, how can people get in touch with someone in a way that is going to make them appealing? How do they get in touch with someone to get in the door and get some experience?
Well, I guess the first thing, like right now, if someone is just, so what you're saying is someone just wants to be around it. They just want to go in and be somewhat of a helper.
Yeah,
right?
They just want to be able to absorb knowledge. And I totally get that, guys. Like, let's face it, especially if you're in a country where this is illegal to do at home, it's pretty hard to make that transition. You've got to have a big old set of steel ones to go from having nothing. And in America, you pretty much have to jump in and get all the equipment, get everything set up, and then apply for your liquor license, which is...
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's bonkers. Yeah. So...
I mean, personally, I think it's pretty simple. If you really are doing this because you just want to learn, then I would reach out to anyone and say that you want to, go there and almost be an apprentice, right? Like, it's like you're going to be there and say, listen, I'll work for you for free for right now, just to learn. If you need me to, sweep the floors or whatever, just so I can be around it and watch you actually produce, because I want to learn. I want to be a student. Like, I think, I don't know who wouldn't be up for that. For someone that is like, you know what, that's pretty awesome. It's kind of like an intern, at a radio station, right? Like, they don't pay them usually. You're going there for an internship so you can learn the trade, but you're actually just going to volunteer. And I know some people be like, well, I should get paid at least something. No, you're getting paid knowledge. You're getting paid information that you're downloading in your brain from experience, not from a book that you're reading, right? That's the one thing I have a problem with college is, like, you don't really do the job. Right? You don't do the job until it's like your last semester, and then you get thrown into a classroom, or you get thrown into, the hospital to do an internship, and you're like, oh, damn, I don't really like this. This doesn't look like something I'm going to want to do. And you're like, holy crap, I just wasted, 3.5 years of my life, or 6 years of my life, or whatever.
And that
so I would to get a hold of these people, you can go through a whole bunch of different channels. You can go to email if they have email, then Instagram if they have an Instagram, if they have a Facebook page. Just hit them at all different angles and just be like, listen, I want to come in. I want to work for you for free. And I just want to give you some time. I want to learn more about this. I'm obsessed with distilling, and I just want to be around it. And that's it. Like that's the pitch, right?
Yep. 100% agree. If you can offer some value too, like say, look, I'm happy to come in and I'll sweep the floor. I'll show up on bottling day and help you bottle. Exactly. Oh, but by the way, I am a plumber too. Like, if you've got anything there, I'm happy to help out.
Exactly.
Or I'm an accountant, or I'm into marketing, or I'm a photographer, or whatever it is. And that's something you said there that was interesting is, the idea of never doing work for free. And this has been a bugbear of mine in the photography world for a long time. The idea of, oh, you should never, ever, ever work for free because it screws the industry and it screws everyone else. I agree. Don't work for free. Never work for free. But just because you're getting paid doesn't mean it has to be cash. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
If going and doing that job gets you access to that location, to that model, to that that Lamborghini with the chick in the bikini sitting on top of it.
That's right. Hey, if that's what you're getting closer to that.
Like if you've had this creative idea for an awesome photo with a chick in a bikini on a Lamborghini, but let's face it,
you can get it.
Yeah. You've now got access to that, right? Like, offer them something, they offer you something. It doesn't have to be cash. So in this situation, sure, maybe, maybe what was there was one guy that I talked to recently. Who was it? Oh, Gabriel from Balcones. He was very good at, a craft distillery in Texas for the uninitiated. Very, very good at visualizing data. So his sort of specialty was to be able to take data from a spreadsheet that was just a massive numbers and turn that into something that you could turn it into a graphic sort of interface that you could look at and intuit information from it without having to dig into every little bit of numbers, right?
Okay.
Which sounds like a super niche piece of information.
Right.
But think about a distillery that has thousands and thousands of barrels sitting there aging in their warehouse, and they need to know what each one of those single barrels tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge advantage.
Huge.
So what I'm saying is, whatever skill it is that you have, you can offer something to a distillery. Maybe they've already got someone that covers that base, and you're not that attractive to them. Move on to the next one.
It could even be this. Like, okay, so I'm going to relate this to like marketing. Like if you're maybe you're getting into distilling and that's your hobby right now, but you want to turn it into a profession, but you've got web development background, or you've got Facebook experience. You could reach out to that local distillery and go, hey, you want me to help you get some more people in the door? Like, I'd love to help you if you'll let me come into your place and just shadow, someone making or someone that like you said, or maybe someone that is just organizing the things or seeing how everything is put together, or when you do something on a certain day. I'd love to be there. I'll do that for you. That's what I do. That's my expertise. Like you said, or you're a plumber, right? Or you said, is a Sparky, is that electrician?
Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. I just learned something today, guys. Yeah, if you're a Sparky, and I'm like, wait a minute, I think that's an electrician.
New Zealanders have an innate need to shorten words and give them nicknames. So
I love it. But yeah, I mean, how can you add value, but also you don't have to always get paid because you're getting paid with the knowledge. I tell that to so many of my students. They're like, man, I'm so frustrated because I tried this thing and it didn't work. I'm like, well, what didn't work? Well, I ran Facebook ads and they didn't convert like I thought, or whatever, right? I put up a web page and I didn't get any traffic. I'm like, yeah, but you learned how to build a web page.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you learned how to run Facebook ad. Oh, yeah. You learned something. That's knowledge. You got paid, right?
100%.
Don't forget that. It's huge.
Yeah. Just like your podcasts, the first two didn't work, but you learned how to produce a when you finally got to the podcast that did work, your first episode was a whole lot slicker than it would have been if you didn't quote unquote fail at the other two, right? And maybe it wouldn't have succeeded if you didn't have that level of polish when you first started. Who knows? Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. So, there's always something that you can learn from it.
100%.
All right, guys. So I think that covers off. Just to sum it up, get in touch with people first. What is it? What is it, Scott? Your catchphrase here?
Take action.
Yeah. Get off your ass, or don't sit down on your ass in front of the computer right now. Probably is
right. Wishing that you could do it. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, please let me somehow magically, I'll create like a wish list and hopefully it'll come true. No, you have to actually do something. Yeah. Right.
Get in touch with people. If you're stuck at home right now, get on the computer, find them on Facebook, find an email, reach out to them, talk to them. If if you're listening to this, when things open up, with the COVID thing starts chilling out, go in and see them. If they've got a bar that you can go and have a drink at, go have a bar. Go and have a drink. Go have a bar. Go and see them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know this is really different to the normal content we make, but you know what? I think there might be a few people out there right now that just need a little bit of inspiration to go and get after what it is that they've been wanting to get after for a while. If that's you and you need even a little more motivation than this, go and listen to that full podcast with Scott at chasethecraft.com or on your favorite podcatcher. Keep on chasing the craft, guys. See ya.